All you do is work, work, work. Unless you're Joe Biden, the President of the United States. In that case, you rely on the rest of the world to do the work for you, in true New World Order fashion, as you praise them at the United Nations. Let me explain. I learned long ago that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, but all play and no work makes Joe the President of the United States, where popping out of a coma once in a while to give a speech is supposed to convince everyone that all is well. But it isn't. Biden just gave his first speech in front of the United Nations General Assembly, making sure to grovel weekly to his new masters.
We've lost so much to this devastating pandemic that continues to claim lives around the world and impact so much on our existence. But our shared grief is a poignant reminder that our collective future will hinge on our ability to recognize our common humanity and to act together.
New World Order! New World Order! And now this video will be flagged as being a conspiracy theory or something, but since I believe in free thought, you decide for yourselves. Right now, let's throw out today's question. How long before Biden says New World Order? Because we know Australia already let that kangaroo out of the pouch.
We will be looking at what contact tracing looks like in the New World Order.
And if you don't think this video has been flagged, just look at this. Even searching on YouTube for the video clip of the health official saying New World Order prompted a context box explaining that New World Order is a conspiracy theory. Okie dokie. That's why if you could share this video to counter the suppression, I'd appreciate it. And as a global community, like the one Joe Biden loves, we'd all appreciate it.
As a global community, we're challenged by urgent and looming crises, wherein lie enormous opportunities if we can summon the will and resolve to seize these opportunities. Will we work together to save lives, defeat COVID-19 everywhere, and take the necessary steps to prepare ourselves for the next pandemic, for there will be another one.
For there will be another one. And the reasoning is Dr. Anthony Fauci, the greatest doctor not named Jill Biden, must need another book deal. You heard it from the donkey's mouth. There will be another pandemic. The Chinese bees are busily working on it. Wuhan. And here's some free advice for whoever writes Biden's speeches. Don't make him ask questions, rhetorical or otherwise. He looks like a lost old man doing it because he is a lost old man.
Will we meet the threat of challenging climate? Or will we fail to harness the tools? Or will we suffer the merciless march of ever-worsening droughts and floods? Will we affirm and uphold the human dignity? Will we apply and strengthen the core tenets of the international system? Or will we allow those universal principles to be trampled and twisted in the pursuit of naked political power?
Ooh, pick the last one. Naked political power. That's the one right there, Joey. As for the rest of the questions, why don't you just go ask your Ouija board for the answers or your magic 8-ball, whichever toys your handlers let you play with. But please, continue.
We've ended 20 years of conflict in Afghanistan. And as we close this period of relentless war, we're opening a new era of relentless diplomacy, of using the power of our development aid to invest in new ways of lifting people up around the world.
Translation: we will give you all the money you could ever want for all the things you could ever want. Just ask the Taliban. They're riding in swans. Yes, swans. All while holding assault rifles and rocket launchers because I'm sure it's their way of fishing. Those assault rifles are too dangerous in American hands, so Biden was kind enough to have the Taliban keep them so as not to endanger anyone here. I'd say that all looks more like ugly ducklings, but to each his own. After all, it can't be her own because it's the Taliban and they don't respect women by giving them rights, despite what Joe Biden says. That little swan song came just hours after announcing that women could not go to work in Afghanistan anymore. But that's A-okay with Joe since he doesn't go to work either. He's too busy playing to be bothered with such things as, truth and reality. His handlers can't have him talk either, and they go so far as to interrupt UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson to preemptively stop Biden from speaking.
Interrupts or unbalances the Belfast Good Friday Accords. Belfast Good Friday Agreement. That's the. I think
Let's go. Thank you. What did he say?
I have no idea. I hope the microphone got it. I know. Megan. British reporters get questions, and we don't get any.
Did anyone ask?
Come on, man. He's a well-trained puppy, just sitting in the chair and only signaling to kick out the press. Now, you tell me if I'm way off base, but I think this Daily Mail headline from Friday really encompasses the Joe Biden presidency. President Biden, 78, hits the beach as the Pentagon admits it killed 7 kids in a drone strike, the French recall their ambassador, the FDA blows up his booster plans, and 12,000 Haitian migrants set up camp under a bridge in Texas. It's been almost a week and still no response by the president to all of that. But no worries, team.
And as the United States turns our focus to the priorities and the regions of the world, like the Indo-Pacific, that are most consequential today and tomorrow, we'll do so with our allies and partners through cooperation at multilateral institutions like the United Nations to amplify our collective strength and speed our progress toward dealing with these global challenges.
Translation: I don't care about Americans.
It is a fundamental truth of the 21st century within each of our countries and as a global community that our own success is bound up in others succeeding as well. To deliver for our own people, we must also engage deeply with the rest of the world.
New World Order. New World Order. Here's a provocative thought, though. What does it mean when even the same media who blames everything on Orange Man Bad has to finally put its tail between its legs and stop humping everything Biden does? NBC's Chuck Todd is, I guess the bravest of the dogs in the media for doing such an act.
Well, look, I think he's got a pretty big credibility crisis on his hands, because all of these problems in some ways showed up after he said something basically the exact opposite. Afghanistan withdrawal wasn't going to be messy. This wasn't going to look like Saigon. The booster shots, he came out and essentially said 8 months and even indicated maybe we should start it as soon as 5 months. Now we're not sure if anybody under 65 is going to get a booster shot.
Ouch. I bet that jab hurt. Please, go on.
He's had, and of course the border has been, whether this is, we can talk about the border problems. You could say there's years in the making. But it's pretty clear we have a bigger problem now than we've had in years. And these policies have turned into becoming a magnet.
Ouch. Double jab right in the arm, but you'll need a booster. However, we must remember that this is the same NBC that praises Fauci and his panic porn, so there isn't much to congratulate them on. But still refreshing to call a spade, or a president awful when his policies are bad. Usually it's just the lone Peter Doocy of Fox News who shows any sort of consistency with pushback, questioning, and reporting, especially with his favorite circle back girl, Jen Psaki, who just tripped all over herself when questioned about the border flood with unvaccinated people.
Is somebody asking the foreign nationals who are walking into Del Rio, Texas and setting up camps on this side of the border for proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test?
Well, first of all, I can readdress for you or re-talk you through what steps we take.
Can you re-talk us all through whatever you just said?
Let me explain to you again, Peter, how our process works. As individuals come across the border, and they are both assessed for whether they have any symptoms. If they have symptoms, the intention is for them to be quarantined. That is our process. They're not intending to stay here for a lengthy period of time. I don't think it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. These are individuals, as we've noted and as we've been discussed. We are expelling individuals based on Title 42. Specifically because of COVID, because we want to prevent a scenario where large numbers of people are gathering, posing a threat to the community and also to the migrants themselves.
Oh, they aren't staying here long. So that means that the thing that must not be named, the thing Psaki said, but I can't say, that thing isn't that big of a deal. That thing is only going to go after the ones who are staying here long, like your 2-year-old. So that's why you have to mask that kid up. That'll take care of the thing that you're not allowed to name out loud. At least you know that Biden is raising the limits on refugee acceptance to 125,000 beginning in October. As the Washington Post explained, under the proposed admissions levels, the United States next year will accept up to 40,000 refugees from Africa, 15,000 from East Asia, 10,000 from Europe and Central Asia, 15,000 from Latin America and the Caribbean, and 35,000 from Near East and South Asia. Another 10,000 refugees can be accepted from any region. State Department spokesman Ned Price said the cap reaffirms our commitment to refugee resettlement in line with our long tradition of providing a safe haven and opportunity to individuals fleeing persecution. But why would anyone from anywhere in this world want to come here? I thought we're systemically racist and have no freedoms here, and therefore we must rip down everything this country ever was. I mean, we are well on our way. But, that'll be a video for another day. Biden gave his 30-minute speech to the UN, and now he can go back to slumber, just letting the republic continue its death by 1,000 paper cuts. In lieu of giving away a Band-Aid, if you could share this video, hopefully we can do a little healing. Until next time, stay healthy, America. Hey team, most of you know our shows have been censored by Facebook and YouTube for years, which makes it very hard to keep up with the cost of production.
But thanks to our Patriot Club members, we have not only been able to keep things going, but to add more programming. We're doing 18 new shows a week. 18.
In fact, we've got big plans in motion for our viewers, especially our Patriot Club members.
So please consider supporting our freedom-loving media by joining the Patriot Club this year. For a $99 tax-deductible donation, we will send you our 20-ounce stainless steel navy blue tumbler etched with the words American Patriot, standing atop the shoulders of a rather fit-looking George Washington.
And for $129 gift, we'll also include a 15-ounce stainless steel mug as a token of our appreciation. All you have to do is visit patriotclub.us and become a Patriot Club member today.
That's patriotclub.us. Thank you, and God bless.